Ever dreamed of diving into the lucrative world of property investment, but felt held back by the high capital requirements? What if I told you there's a strategy that allows you to tap into this potential without owning property? Rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is an innovative approach that's changing the game for investors, offering attractive returns with significantly lower upfront costs. It's like having your cake and eating it too, reaping the rewards of property investment without the burdens of traditional ownership. This strategy is gaining traction, and for good reason. It empowers individuals to become property entrepreneurs, even with limited capital. In the following sections, we'll delve into the mechanics of rent-to-rent serviced accommodation, explore its financial benefits, and understand why it's an opportunity you shouldn't miss. This strategy is not just a theoretical concept, it's a proven model with real-life success stories. By the end of this essay, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to assess if rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is the right path for your investment journey. Section 2. What is rent-to-rent serviced accommodation? Rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is a straightforward yet powerful strategy. It involves leasing a property from a landlord on a long-term basis and then subletting it as short-term furnished accommodation, typically to tourists, business travelers or contractors. You, as the investor, act as a middleman, managing the property, providing services like cleaning and maintenance, and generating income from the difference between the long-term rent you pay and the higher short-term rental income you receive. This model works best with properties suitable for short-term stays, such as apartments, houses, or even rooms within larger properties. The key is to identify properties in high-demand areas, often tourist hotspots or cities with significant business travel. By offering a fully furnished and serviced accommodation, you cater to the needs of a specific market segment seeking convenience and flexibility. This allows you to command higher nightly or weekly rates than traditional long-term rentals, creating the potential for significant profit margins. Let's illustrate the profitability of rent-to-rent serviced accommodation with a hypothetical example. Imagine you lease a two-bedroom apartment in a central London location for £1,000 per month. You furnish and market the apartment for short-term stays, averaging £100 per night. Assuming an occupancy rate of 70%, meaning the apartment is booked for 21 days out of the month, your monthly income would be £2,100. After deducting your £1,000 rent and accounting for expenses like utilities, cleaning and marketing, estimated at £100 per month, your net monthly profit would be £1,000. That's a 100% return on your initial investment of the first month's rent. This example demonstrates the potential for significant income generation through rent-to-rent serviced accommodation. Of course, real-world scenarios will vary based on location, property type, occupancy rates and expenses. However, this example highlights the core principle: leveraging the difference between long-term rental costs and short-term rental income to generate profits. Rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is a win-win situation for both property owners and investors. For landlords, this strategy offers numerous advantages, making it an attractive alternative to traditional long-term letting. Firstly, it provides guaranteed rental income, regardless of occupancy fluctuations in the short-term rental market. The investor takes on the responsibility of filling vacancies, ensuring consistent cash flow for the owner. Secondly, it relieves landlords from the hassle of managing the property. The investor handles tenant communication, cleaning, maintenance, and any other operational aspects. This hands-off approach frees up time and resources for the landlord, allowing them to focus on other priorities. Finally, rent-to-rent serviced accommodation can potentially generate higher returns for property owners compared to traditional long-term rentals, depending on the agreement with the investor. This makes it an appealing option for landlords looking to maximize their rental income without increased involvement. For aspiring property investors, Rent-to-rent serviced accommodation presents a unique opportunity to enter the market with minimal upfront capital. Unlike traditional property ownership, this strategy doesn't require a hefty down payment or a mortgage, making it accessible to individuals with limited financial resources. Furthermore, it offers flexibility and scalability. Investors can start with a single property and gradually expand their portfolio as their income and experience grow. This allows for controlled growth and risk management. The potential for high returns is another major draw for investors. By effectively managing properties and optimizing occupancy rates, investors can generate substantial profits, even after covering expenses and paying the landlord's rent. This makes rent-to-rent serviced accommodation an attractive avenue for wealth creation. The success of rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is not merely theoretical. Countless individuals are reaping its rewards in real-life scenarios. Take Sarah, for example, a young professional who wanted to invest in property but lacked the funds for a down payment. She discovered rent-to-rent and leased a one-bedroom apartment in a popular tourist area. With careful furnishing and marketing, she consistently achieved high occupancy rates, generating a significant monthly income that exceeded her expenses and the landlord's rent. Another inspiring story is that of David, a retiree who wanted to supplement his pension. He leveraged rent-to-rent to lease a three-bedroom house and transformed it into a comfortable short-term accommodation. By catering to families and groups of travelers, he achieved steady bookings and a reliable income stream, enjoying financial security and fulfillment in his retirement. These real-life examples showcase the tangible benefits of rent-to-rent serviced accommodation, demonstrating how it empowers individuals from diverse backgrounds to achieve their financial goals through property investment. Rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is particularly well suited for individuals with limited capital who aspire to invest in property. The low barrier to entry is a key advantage as it eliminates the need for substantial upfront investment. Unlike traditional property ownership, which often requires significant savings for a down payment, rent-to-rent only necessitates the first month's rent and initial furnishing costs. This accessibility opens doors for aspiring investors who may not qualify for traditional mortgages or lack the funds for a down payment. It allows them to tap into the lucrative property market and build a profitable portfolio without being hindered by capital constraints. The potential for high returns further enhances the appeal for low-capital investors. By effectively managing properties and maximizing occupancy rates, investors can generate substantial income, even after covering expenses and paying the landlord's rent. This allows them to build wealth and achieve their financial goals through a strategy that aligns with their current financial situation. While rent-to-rent serviced accommodation offers numerous benefits, it's crucial to acknowledge potential concerns and address them proactively. One common concern is the legality of subletting. It's paramount to ensure that your agreement with the landlord explicitly permits subletting and clearly outlines the terms and conditions. Another concern is the potential for fluctuating occupancy rates, which can impact income. Thorough market research, strategic pricing, and effective marketing are essential to mitigate this risk and maintain consistent bookings. Finally, managing properties and providing excellent guest experiences require effort and organization. Efficient systems for communication, cleaning, maintenance, and guest support are crucial to ensure smooth operations and positive reviews, contributing to long-term success in rent-to-rent serviced accommodation. Rent-to-rent serviced accommodation presents a compelling opportunity for individuals looking to unlock the wealth potential of property investment without the traditional barriers of ownership. Its low entry cost, flexibility, and potential for high returns make it an ideal strategy for those with limited capital and a desire to build a profitable property portfolio. By understanding the mechanics of this model, analyzing real-life success stories, and proactively addressing potential concerns, aspiring investors can confidently assess if rent-to-rent serviced accommodation aligns with their financial goals and risk tolerance. If you're seeking a path to financial freedom through property investment, rent-to-rent serviced accommodation is a strategy worthy of serious consideration. With careful planning, diligent execution, and a commitment to providing exceptional guest experiences, you can unlock the doors to a world of lucrative opportunities in the dynamic world of short-term rentals.